Take a right. Yeah, the storm's coming in right now. Oh, the school's right there. God. There's tons of cops down there. As they should be. Oh, it's completely, they got a roadblock up. I didn't even know it was there. It was just ironic we're turning right there. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the... This is a story about how storm chasing intersected with a tragedy. 12 hours earlier in Uvalde, Texas, Salvador Ramos killed 19 students and 2 teachers, and ultimately was gunned down by police. We showed up just a few hours later, tracking a storm on a desolate highway in the middle of nowhere, tired, worn out, hungry, low on fuel, low on hydration, into the town of Uvalde, Texas. No visibility. Yeah, you're all right. You're dead center. So we are coming into the town of Uvalde. Not gonna make this a freak show. Figure out where we're gonna stay. This line, you couldn't have drawn this up. Like, we're on the state route highway, following these storms south, and of all places, it takes us here. So I want to be real crystal clear that it was not my or our intention to seek out this town. But following the storm south, trying to keep with this line, this is where, in a cruel sense, we ended up. So, out of respect to the families in this little town, probably gonna call it a wrap here shortly. This is about the worst case scenario you could ask for on this kind of setup. The storms have pushed us south. We ended up on State Route 55, I think, and we've ended up in Uvalde, Texas, which obviously everybody's heard today. And so, following that storm line all the way south into the sector we've now gotten here, where all the hotels are rented out because of, obviously, the media, and we're trying to figure out where we're gonna call this a night. That day earlier, around the same time as the shooting, we came about the only structure we saw that day. Some clouds a few hundred miles north, and then there was almost a tornado that went down up here. Look at that. It's a beast already. We chased the rest of that day all the way south, down that desolate highway at night. We didn't get the news until just a couple hours before, late into the evening, of what happened. And at that point, we were still not fully comprehending. And unfortunately, in America, these stories are too often. We had someone from England with us who couldn't understand how this all happens, for in his country it's almost impossible to have a school shooting. It was interesting to hear the back and forth. We went 3 towns over and heard people still talking about it, hearing actual stories of people actually affected by those killed in the tragedy. It would be past midnight, well into the next day, when we came across an old Catholic ruins church from the 1800s. We sat there and photographed lightning over it, and I kept thinking about the poor families and what had happened to them, and my own children. What future do they have? Just 24 hours ago, before that, we were in Morton, Texas, practically running for our lives, just about kissing a dust tornado.
There's the sirens. So the sirens in Levelland, Texas. Levelland, Texas under tornado warning. Sirens go and get in your safe place immediately.
Got home the next day, and I don't think I've ever squeezed my kids harder than I did that day.
I mean, look. Ready? Ready? Oh. Two hands.
It's been almost a month and a half since that tragic night in Uvalde, Texas. It's taken me that long to take it all in and to articulate my feelings on where storm chasing intersected with human tragedy.
Oh man, we're right in it.
It would just be a few weeks later when once again storm chasing and tragedy by gunfire intersected again on the 4th of July with the Highland Park shooting.